Actually, Katherine, we've tricked you because you have won 2,500 for your fabulous book.
Oh my God. Okay, it was a trick. Wow.
We didn't want you to know. We just wanted you to know that we absolutely loved your book. It was fascinating.
Wow. Thank you.
Huge congratulations. Huge congratulations, because we had an enormous volume of work coming through. Fantastic standard, but yours just stood way out.
Oh,
I
wow.
love your book. It reads, it's fascinating, and it reads like a thriller. And it's and your writing is so skillful. You draw us in, and it's sort of unputdownable. So, huge.
Wow. Thank you so much. That's so lovely. I really appreciate it. It makes such a difference to writing a book from a practical point of view and a support point of view. And so I can't thank you enough. I'm so excited.
Well, I'm really thrilled about that. And what do you think you'll do with the award? You'll be traveling, I imagine.
Yeah, it'll go like immediately. It means I can start booking travel, to be honest, because obviously half of my work is at a university, but I work part-time on that, and I'm working on the book, and it's really reporting heavy book. So it just allows me to go to the States to talk to people, about the archives in Washington, where a lot of the historical material is on now, and also to broaden the book out a little bit beyond kind of the US and Europe and beyond the ground, kind of trying to tell. So it makes a huge difference, just in being able to write.
It's the personal connection, isn't it? It's a sort of personal connection when you're doing your research.
And I think it's so much easier to write. I mean, of course, you know as well, it's so much easier to write scenes that you've actually seen yourself and describe people that you've actually seen. And so I went to Cyprus in preparation for the book, and I just sort of did that for my proposal, of course, and just sort of pay for that myself. But it was, they just let me be in the room kind of watching everybody talking about this. And it makes it, for something like this, where you're trying to tell a very technical story in a way, if there aren't people, or if there aren't things happening and scenes, like it won't be very readable. So
oh, well, what was the trigger for you writing the book?
It was so long ago, and it was really weird. I was writing about oil markets, traveling all over. I wasn't traveling all over the world. I was looking at ships traveling all over the world. And it was I think it was in 2017, and a colleague sent me a story about how in the Black Sea, right around Crimea, all these ships were doing strange things. They would show up at port, they could see that they were at port, but on the GPS, they would look like they were at a Russian airport. So it was sort of, and then I started finding these obscure US government databases, and I started finding out that, they're in Malta or in Egypt. But I think it was only through the process of putting together a book proposal, I started thinking, okay, it's interesting, it's a mystery, but like, why should we care, right? Why is this important? Why does this matter? What are the bigger themes here? And now it's a lot, because it starts in the history, it's a lot to do with the kind of the duality of how science and technology is shaped by war, and how it shapes peacetime in ways we never expect.
The other thing that really interested me were these ghost ships. And that's what you were talking about earlier on? You have a chapter on ghost ships.
Yeah, I think I was looking really at big tankers kind of going through the Suez Canal, but in the course of reporting this, I started finding out, or I started hearing about a lot of work that's done on illegal fishing. And it's a huge issue with illegal fishing, because a way to slip into the gray areas of where you're allowed to fish and where you're not is to become untraceable. And it's really happening off the coast of China. And it ends up pushing all of the small North Korean fishermen up into places where they wouldn't normally be, that are much more dangerous. And it's really about, you know, it's about all these other kind of things too, about environmental exploitation and the world's resources and how we share them. But that's all around the world. There are these dark fleets that are evading sanctions or fishing or doing things where they don't want to be seen. And GPS kind of made the world seeable in a lot of ways, but now these gray areas are maybe, they've never disappeared, but maybe they're potentially opening up again in ways we never expected, I think.
It's extraordinary. It just covers so much. I mean, it's such a wide subject when you just put it so neatly. I think it's brilliant.
Oh, thank you so much.
And I'm just thrilled you've got the award. I really am, Katherine. I can't wait. I really can't wait to read it.
That means a lot.
Fascinating. It's fascinating reading, but it's light reading at the same time, because it's a page turner.
Yeah, hopefully that's what. Yeah,
it is a page turner.
Yeah, it's got to be fast for everyone to really want to get into it. Yeah,
it's so accessible. Anyway, I just want to say huge congratulations. Really.
Thank you so much. I really appreciate it. It really means a lot. I'm very excited.